Well, hello all. Today in San Francisco we have fog, light drizzle, very light, almost a mist, and warm temperatures, 60s. I'm going to go up here and do a video. Alright, in my last video we were talking about the extreme heat waves here in the US and Canada. Well, let's go over to Russia and what's going on over there with their heat waves. More heat waves in Russia brings record-breaking temperatures north of the Arctic Circle. Temps: St. Petersburg, 34 degrees C. That's a record. Moscow, all-time June record of 34 degrees C. Siberia, 35 degrees C, or 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Russia is warming 2.5 times faster than the rest of the world. And because of this, we're having severe sea ice melting in that area. Because the heat wave isn't just maybe over land, it can be over the ocean as well. Temperatures in the Arctic Circle will spike close to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. What is causing all this tremendous temperature buildup? Well, it's heat-trapping molecules called CO2. They're the majority of what's doing it. Methane is second, and laughing gas is third. I forget the name of that. What is it? Let's go and look at the daily CO2 count. Last year, June 23rd, 2020, we saw 416.37 parts per million. June 23, 2021, that's this year, 419.02 parts per million. You see, it's still going up. They keep saying that it's sort of flattened out some. There were some flattening out areas, but we're way past that because pretty much the world is going back to normal, whether the pandemic's over or not. Well, let's go and look at the main greenhouse gases from human activity. As you can see, it's pretty clear what gases need to go first, and then we can concentrate on the small ones. What I kind of wanted to talk about next was a comment that was on my last video about global cooling, or dimming, and I pretty much studied this till the nth degree and have come out to the conclusion that there isn't enough dimming to make any difference at this time. Maybe in the future we'll have to worry about global dimming, but at present time, global dimming isn't enough to cause a heat wave. Even when it's perfectly clear, we still don't get major heat waves. Global dimming has so little to do. I wish people would study it on a scientific basis and not on a basis where you heard it from somebody on the internet. You actually went and looked at the peer-reviewed studies and found that it's about 1 degree, one way or the other, it will cause if you had major global dimming. Major global dimming. Not this little stuff we're having now. So it gives us plenty of freeway to take care of all the pollution that we need to get rid of, like CO2, methane, and all the other greenhouse gases. See, I honestly think that a lot of this was started by the coal companies to bamboozle the sheeple into liking coal and fossil fuels. But honestly, people, I think we have to be scientifically literate in this field, or forget it. If you're just going by a hoop-de-doo channel, go and study it. You get multiple peer reviews on it. You just put global dimming, peer reviews, and there you go. Yeah, there is going to be some global dimming here and there, but it's happening all the time naturally. Right now it's happening right here in San Francisco. We're fogged out, plus we have an overcast, so it's really dim. But as you see, it's no help in either way. So let's throw out the global dimming thing, because it just doesn't add up with peer-reviewed studies. And there's also those that say, well, coal puts soot into the air. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Lots of it. And where does that soot end up going? All over the ice sheets around the world, which then adds global heating to the ice sheets. So you're going to lose all your coastal cities if you don't get rid of this coal stuff landing all over the ice sheets, causing major melting from above. You see what I mean by global dimming? The minute we find out that global dimming is an issue, I promise you it will be on this channel. It'll be right up there with all the other horrible things that are happening with the planet. And hopefully we can get all this back to the way it was pre-humans. And if you remember that pre-humans, there was no global dimming either, and there wasn't any huge spike in temperature. Temperature has to do with CO2 and methane, really, is what it, on this planet Earth, that's the basics of getting the temperature where it is balancing your CO2, your methane, and at present, human activity is adding so much CO2 to the atmosphere. Now, one other thing, methane and CO2 are invisible. They don't have any dimming to them. Oh well. I definitely do appreciate all the ups, the downs, the new subscribers. And until next time.